What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Zizou, or Zinedine Zidane, one of the greatest midfielders of all time. If you're looking for a cool video to watch, like a perfect performance nearly from a midfielder, Zinedine Zidane versus Brazil. I think it was 2006. It was like World Cup final. I don't know if it was the final, maybe it was a semi-final, but my God, top of his game, crazy. Landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause. If I go too fast, what a footballer. The scientist, I think, was his nickname, wasn't it? So we might start with the eyebrow, just for this one. So we'll go cross. Right for his eyebrow area. It's kind of hairy here in the middle. Nearly a unibrow. They like nearly touch. And then it kind of goes this way. And then draw in the rest. Bit of texture on the eyebrow. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Right, I'll do the other eyebrow just to keep everything sort of symmetrical. Again, sort of heavy sort of frowns on the guy. Okay, fairly pronounced and big. Because we're quite close up on his face now. Boom, boom, boom. So, right, eye underneath, right? So, diagonal, just here. Quite dark. And then his eyelid line comes down this way. Downturned eyes and sort of like some wrinkles on the back of it. His tear duct, not that he cries, Zizou doesn't cry. But we go this way and then around and into the corner. So we might just darken this up a bit. So there is some like shadows around his eye, because his brow is so set forward, you know. It's like tear duct to be in here somewhere. Right, that's kind of the shape. Sorry, I'm switching pens, it's just they're wasting on me, so. then like the bridge of his nose is like here somewhere. And his nose is broken, so it's one of those bent the wrong way. But I'll try for a pupil or an iris, right? So we'll just go down from here. Quite big now. And then we'll put his pupil somewhere in the middle. Right. Bum, bum. Okay, not bad. Right, let's see. Eyelashes kind of down here, little ones sort of sticking off as well. Right, and then a bit of a bag underneath his eyes, I think. Yeah, sort of. Right, we'll go over and do the other eye. So you're about eye width. Right, so the width of his eye will fit in between. Next eye line will start there. So you can fit an eye, roughly, his eye, in between the two tear duct points. And that'll give you your distance, right? You want to go diagonal again. You know, very severe sort of eyelids on him. Bum bum, and then tear ducts. Sort of spike there. Down to there. Kind of darken up some of this. His nose line. Looks like his nose is broken, or it was. It's bent to the side, kind of. I'm going to try for his other iris, right? Quite big. There, right? It's like a circle. Pupil. So to get a character looking forward, you want to get the pupil sort of bang in the middle. Okay, roughly like that. And then his eyelashes on the bottom, sort of dots and dashes, little ones. And then a bag around his eye, like a light little wrinkly. Okay. So I think that's what we got for his eyes, basically. Now, nose, again, quite crooked, right? So let's try. So we'll go for the bridge down. It kind of bends this way. It's unusual, right? So we'll go, and we'll go around and kind of down there. And then the other one sort of, I guess there should be like a little bend on it there on that side, but you don't want to do too much with noses. The nostrils really are the thing that makes it look like a nose, right? Anyway, so we have the nostril down here. It comes around. Now we just darken up this, make it look like there's a shadow in there. A shadowy sort of nostril area. Right, and then the skin of his nostrils comes around. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Okay, so again, quite distorted sort of nose, but that is the way it looks, to me anyway. He's got like a freckle or a mole or something beside his nose right here. And we will draw it in. And then he has those lines for his cheeks sort of coming down this way. Either side of his nose. Boom, boom. Sorry, now I'm just... Okay. Mouth. So, very an unimpressed mouth, right? So it starts sort of underneath his iris and ends the other side underneath the iris as well. Okay. So we'll go, and it's kind of bendy, right? So it goes, it's quite a pronounced sort of bumps in it. Bends up, down in the middle, back up, down again. And like it is a heavy sort of line, right? Because he has sort of, some parts of it are kind of open. So it kind of looks like some of his mouth sits open a little bit. Okay. Then the top lip. Down in the middle. Back up, down. Okay, and then that sort of the shape that we have on our top lip there. Let me just get the cheek lines a bit more as well. So in his bottom lip. Needs a line on his chin. There. Lots of stubble, but like it's like a shadow, you know, sort of 5 o'clock shadow, that thing they call it. So let's just go for his chin. Sort of sharp cheekbones, strong chin. So we'll go very big chin. And then the jaw. Goes up here and goes right up to his ear. You can actually see it join his earlobe, sort of, you know, like one of the lines inside his ear. So this sort of bump, you know, in the ear. I'm sure it has a term or a name. But he's got a very high cheekbone as well. Okay, so just up here, so we got like his, so I guess where his hairline would start, right? So it kind of goes in a bit. Like there, and then like his sideburn would be just, he doesn't really have much hair, right? But just so just for the purposes of drawing, you know, it's kind of like this stubble sort of a thing. And then his ear comes out from here. And then this is like just his ear lines. So he's got like that V, like right in the middle of his head, this sort of hairline, right? And he's going bald up the top. So So we got this V, right? So we'll just go like a sketchy sort of line, because it is just sort of shaved like right back, like a zero shave, you know, like right back to zero. So it's like Dracula's sort of hairline, right? And then like his forehead line is kind of just coming across there, right? So then back of his head goes this way. Like the side will go up. Temple, like side of his head, sort of, you know, his skull sort of shape is here. Okay, I guess we gotta just sort of go for this head shape now. So bald, nearly. So we're going right up there. Hold your breath. And then when his hair grows, there's a patch missing from there. So I'm probably taking way too long for this, but I love Zizou. So not that I don't love the other soccer players I draw, but it's like there's a little sort of patch here that's kind of like faded or not as. We'll just put some like hair texture and stuff on this. And he's just covered in beard then, sort of, but it's like gray, you know, it's not, it's like a shadow more than anything. Hard enough guy to draw now. So his neck, pretty wide, strong there. Just a few lines on his chin, you know. Right, we'll try for a French jersey. So neck pretty wide, jersey. It's one of these ones that has two separate collar shapes. Like so, and then sort of necklines going that way. And then we'll do sort of shoulder going off fairly wide off that way. And off there as well, so we'll just go boop, down off the page, and there's like some red. What can we see? We can see like some red here. Then some lines that go down the shirt shoulder. Okay. Tricky enough now. Okay, I think that's the best I can do. Zizou, Zinedine Zidane. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. I know I have to stop, but I just keep seeing things that I need to change. He has real high cheekbones. Maybe downturned. That's kind of there more. Okay, I will stop. Maybe some more texture on his hair up here. Okay, Zizou, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.